Hello, welcome to Bobharleytv. My name is Emmett. Today we're going to go into the last 2 years of my life. I'd like to take you on a journey and let you see exactly how I became an amputee. This is me now. But look at me 2 years ago. We'll see how I got here. Hey, real quick, before we get back to the video, if you like the content that you're seeing and you like the things you hear, hit the follow button, hit the share. Do me a favor, I'd appreciate it. Leave a comment. It really helps the content creator. Now, back to the video. Thank you. It all started about 2 years ago when I was the director at a nursing home, and walking, standing, moving was the normal thing in this type of environment. As owner and sole proprietor of a small floor cleaning company, needless to say, I was on my feet a lot. Things started to get a bit more difficult to do, like standing for long periods of time. Before I knew it, I was looking for a way to sit down or somewhere to sit down so I can continue to do my job. You know, my right foot started feeling funny. I started getting a tingling feeling. You know, I felt strange, but you know, I had to keep going. I had to continue with my business. While seeing a doctor about a different situation I was dealing with, I kind of noticed that a scar had developed on the rear of my leg that was not healing for some time now. Didn't think much of it. So, you know, just like men, we don't keep going. We don't look after ourselves. We just say, hey. So, you know, the scar developed on the rear of my leg, and was not healing for some time now. So now I have no clue where the scars actually came from. They just appeared. So on my final visit to the doctor about the other issue, I asked him to glance at the scar on my leg, and he actually did. And all props to Dr. Marcucci. His name is Dr. Marcucci from Chestnut Hill Hospital. This is him. Now take a look at what he saw and why he made the decision to see another doctor. So I did exactly what he asked me to do, and I went and saw another doctor. I saw a vascular surgeon. His name, we'll just say for different purposes, is surgeon number 1. His first visit did take a while to come up, so it took a little while to actually get some answers. It was here, the day I could finally get some answers to what the heck is going on with this leg and with this wound. The wait wasn't long, so you know, I was able to get right back to the doctor to have the conversation. I rolled my pant leg up and immediately started with the probing questions. We already know what the first questions are going to be. Do you smoke? Unfortunately, yeah, I did. Second question is, are you diabetic? Yeah, I am diabetic. Yep, I tried to deny it, but couldn't. Then he says, do you get checked regularly? No, of course. Okay, doc. He said, get checked tomorrow absolutely get your diabetes numbers checked tomorrow by your primary. And I did that as well. Without going too far into detail, let's just say the visit was not pleasant. It was not what I wanted to hear. It was not what I wanted to hear. Basically, the cigarettes, diabetes, and my A1C level were out of control. Contributed to what was known as PAD, peripheral artery disease. Okay? That's where I was at, peripheral artery disease. Blood clots, basically. Blood clots. So the numbness, the tingling, the sore toes, the wound behind my leg, those were all symptoms of PAD, the actual disease. My immediate course of action was to, first of all, stop smoking. As soon as I walked out of the doctor's office, I immediately grabbed a pack of cigarettes that I had in my pocket and put them in the trash. Because my life was worth a lot more than a pack of cigarettes. Okay? I was fully scared. The doctor fully scared the hell out of me. I'm not even going to lie. I was fully scared. After the doctor's visit, we had a Doppler study done of my vein mapping to find out exactly what veins were going to be used, because some veins in your leg are not being used, which in turn can be bypassed, which the surgery was a bypass surgery. Here are some actual photos from the bypass surgery after it was done. As you can see, I had a lot of stitches. I had 60 stitches in my leg, 30 stitches in my groin. Okay, this was all done last April. Okay, last April. So after the recovery, I was able to get back to work at a lesser percentage of myself, but needless to say, I was still there doing my job. This is actually how I had to go to work every day, with a slide and a shoe on. But I did it. I did overnights. I did the laundry department. I did the environmental services department. I stripped and waxed floors, just like this. But in November, like I said, they decided to let me go because I was missing a little too much time due to my health condition. I decided to take some time off, like I said, because of my health condition. And I did some different things. I continued on my own with my own floor cleaning business, but I also started doing some Ubering, which actually did not do too bad. But what the doctor also let me know was that there was a 25% chance that the surgery would not hold. And boy, did it not. The stent failed. And when I say we fast forward to October 25th, the worst pain I have ever felt in my life. The worst pain. After a pretty good sound night's sleep, I was awoken with the feeling of somebody slamming onto my leg with a sledgehammer. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like somebody was taking a sledgehammer and pounding it onto my leg. There was nothing else that I could do but get to the emergency room immediately. I woke up my wife, told her we gotta go right now. The trooper that she is, she got up, got dressed, we went directly to the emergency room at Temple University Hospital. The only thing I can describe the feeling when I got to Temple was that it was an eerie feeling. I've been to Temple many occasions, but it has never looked like this the way it did this day. The waiting room was completely empty, completely dark, like the building was condemned. I was the only one in there, or at least it felt like that. I screamed and hollered for the medical staff to do something immediately. All I could do was scream. All I could do was scream because of the pain. Turns out the stent had failed completely. So basically at this point, things start to get a little bit blurry as far as my memory is concerned, because I screamed and hollered so much in the emergency room that they heavily sedated me. And a lot of my memory after this point, I have to rely on others to tell me what happened, because like I said, I was heavily sedated. After being taken directly in for surgery, the first surgery was to try to repair the stent that was clogged. That was unsuccessful. Again, an unsuccessful stent placement. So the doctors decided to do a different type of procedure. They decided to place the stent back into the infected vein, but this time they wanted to try to leave the stent actually inside of the vein to try to coerce whatever's inside of the vein, the plaque buildup inside of the vein, to attach itself to the actual stent. So once the stent was removed, that plaque buildup would be removed with it. That failed. And that brings us to the reason why we're here today, October 27th, but 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today. Surgery number 3. Back to back to back.